Hello, Andrea. Welcome to Hong Kong Night Game. So I know that some of the punters know you well because you have ridden in Hong Kong and ride winners. So can you briefly introduce yourself to the new audience?
Yeah, obviously I've been riding in England for the past 15 years. I'm obviously originally from Italy, and I moved to UK at the age of 15. I was working for Marco Botti as an apprentice, and then I took my license as an apprentice jockey at the age of 17, and obviously started riding as an apprentice, and I did quite well, and it all pretty much went gradually uphill for me. I lost my claim quite quickly.
Yes.
In England, you have to ride 95 winners before you become a professional jockey, which it took me about a year and a half to do it. And from there, everything just started to pick up. And in England, when you lose your claim and you become a professional jockey, it gets quite difficult for a couple of years, because obviously you're competing against top-class jockeys.
Yes.
And so for a couple of years, when I lost my claim, I was struggling to get a quality, really. I was riding probably 45 to 50 winners every season, but the quality wasn't really there. And it's only when I started riding for the likes of Roger Verrier and Sheikh Mohammed Obeid Al Maktoum, and when things already started to pick up in Luca Comani, that's when I started riding better horses. And for me, just sort of everything went uphill. I became a retained rider for Sheikh Mohammed Obeid,
Yes.
and I was with him for 8 years. Obviously, he's a very powerful owner in England,
Yeah.
and he's probably got about 100 horses in training.
I remember the year that I went to the King George. I witnessed how you win on postpone.
That's probably one of the best days of my racing career
Yeah.
so far, was winning the King George on postpone for Sheikh Mohammed Obeid and Luca Comani. Yeah. It was a very tight finish between me and Frankie Dettori,
Yes.
and no, it's a race that I will never forget.
Yes. So we all know that you come to Hong Kong to ride in 2014, and you have 2 winners at Happy Valley and 1 winner at Sha Tin. And everyone will say that racing in Hong Kong just like kind of you are entered to the Shaolin ministry, that you learn a lot, and even though you're not too successful or whatever, then you become more competitive in racing. Do you agree with this statement?
I definitely agree. I came in 2014, so obviously 9 years ago. I did a very short stint. I was only here for about 6 weeks, and actually rode 3 winners. I did quite well. I rode a winner for Sean Woods, and I had a winner for John Moore on the big international day.
Yes.
So it didn't go that bad. I just, at the time, I wasn't really prepared to be in Hong Kong. I just signed up a contract with the Qatar Racing.
Yes.
And so I was ready to go back to England, and I was a bit young at the time. And 9 years on, obviously, I gained a lot of experience. I've been lucky to ride literally everywhere in the world.
Yes.
From obviously everywhere in Europe to America, Middle East, and obviously now here in Hong Kong, in Asia. I did 3 winters in Japan as well.
Yeah.
So I feel like this time I can bring a lot more experience to
Yes.
Hong Kong. But yeah, the way the race is it's a bit different to European style. Here it's all about obviously gate speed and track position, and everything happens a lot quicker. The race a little bit tighter. So it's something that I need to get used to, which I am already. But I do find that a lot of jockeys that came from being to Hong Kong and came back to England, it definitely improves you as a jockey.
Yes.
I think everybody's improved. It definitely mentally it sharpens you up, and I think it can only do you good.
Yes. Can I say that at a young age you already set yourself, you want to be an international jockey? So you said you're born in Italy, and then you moved to England when you were 15, and then you just like work for Qatar and Roger Verrier, some
Yeah.
big names, and then you just like have a lot of traveling experience all over the world, winning Group 1. So it's just like your target you're not going to stay in one place for too long, but you want to explore the world.
Yeah, I love riding everywhere around the world. Like I said, I've been very lucky that I rode literally everywhere in Europe, Germany, Italy, France, obviously England, and I rode in America quite a few times. I rode in Japan, and obviously Dubai, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Bahrain, Turkey, literally a lot of places.
Yes.
So I've been very lucky, because I was in a very lucky position. When you're riding for a big owner, for big trainers, you get a chance to travel.
Yes.
Especially as you see that the English horses do travel a lot.
Yes.
And so I was very lucky to sort of travel with some of our horses, and I've been quite successful. I rode over 1,200 winners just in England. I think altogether I rode 30 Group 1 races all over the world. So, and I think I'm still relatively young, 32 years of age. So I felt like now Hong Kong is my next step, and I'm really looking forward to it. It's already started quite well. We're riding the winner of the second meeting, which is very important. And at a couple of seconds at Happy Valley on Wednesday night, and it looks like I've got some nice book of rides here on Sha Tin on Sunday. It's picking up, and I'm not really setting myself any targets. All I can do is try my best, trying to get as many contacts as I can, trying to ride as many winners as I can, and to keep it, clean and stay away from the stewards room, and to keep the owners and the trainers happy. And it's very hard to tell how many winners I would like to ride. Obviously, like I said, as many as I can. But I'd love to do like a nice clean stint this time, and hopefully to stay for a bit.
I'm sure that you have improved a lot mentally, physically, and your experience, right? So how could you feel your major difference compared with the first time you ride in Hong Kong and this time?
I think I approached
easier to get support this time.
And not just that. I think Hong Kong is the way you approach it. 9 years ago, I approached it like I wasn't really in the mind to beat in Hong Kong. I wasn't really prepared. But this time, my mind was in Hong Kong probably 2 months before I arrived here.
Exactly.
When obviously the Hong Kong Jockey Club got in contact with me, and then actually eventually I agreed to come out. So my mind was already in Hong Kong, and I approached this time in a completely different set of mind, approaching in a way that I'm here to hopefully to stay for a while. I'm here to do well, explore Hong Kong a bit more, because obviously now we're talking about racing, but we actually don't realise
the lifestyle.
Yeah, but like a lot of people, especially me too, Hong Kong, you think big city, busy, buildings everywhere. It's actually not. There's a lot more to offer. Like I went yesterday, some beautiful hikes and some beautiful places to see, some beautiful restaurants, and there's actually a lot to do in Hong Kong. Because we only race 2 days a week, you have to keep yourself occupied, and I think fitness is quite important here. So I try to keep very fit as I can. Obviously, I do quite light weights too, so I always keep my weight on my mind. But like I said, this time I've approached Hong Kong in a very, very much different set of mind, and I'm enjoying it.
I think the one major difference compared with 9 years ago when I first met you is at that time you were a little bit shy, but now this time you're more confident and more just like talk more.
Yeah, well, obviously I'm a bit older now, and it's like I said, I've had in the last 9 years I've had a lot of experience, like in terms of work and life in general. So like I said, mentally I'm a lot more mature and prepared for this next stage.
And in Hong Kong there's some people put you a nickname called Mr. Bean. How do you feel of this nickname?
It's not the first time. They used to call me Mr. Bean when I was.
But I'm sure that you're more handsome than Mr. Bean.
When I'm in Japan. But he's a bit taller than me. Yeah, I've actually met him once.
Really?
I did, yeah. I met him. He came to Glorious Goodwood 1 year, and it was funny because I was in the jockey's room, and Kieran Fallon, the old Kieran Fallon, came in and he goes, "Oh, your father is outside." I'm thinking, well, I'm sure I spoke to my father this morning and he's in Italy. So anyway, I walked out the weight room and it was Mr. Bean standing there. So I took a picture with him, and he's just a bit taller than me.
Yes, so among your all Group 1 winners, you work for some big names. As you mentioned, the postpone should be one of the highlights of your career. Yeah. So among other Group 1 winners, and especially just like long before you come to Hong Kong, you had a very successful winners in Goodwood meeting. So can you tell us the experiences or which one is the most memorable in your mind? Yeah,
obviously, like you mentioned, Postpone was probably the best horse I've ever ridden. I won the Dubai Shima Classic, he won the King George, he won the Jadmont. These are very prestige races in Europe, and he won the Coronation Cup. And obviously, I was lucky to ride Stradivarius. As we well know, he was a world-class horse in Europe. I won 2 Group 1s on him, 2 Goodwood Cups, and a Royal Ascot winner as well. And I rode some nice horses, the likes of obviously Bellardo, which I won the Durst, and I won the Group 1 at Newbury, and also I have the Cursory Glance. Kingston Early was probably my first best horse I've ever ridden. He won the Ledger and he won the Racing Post Trophy. I don't know. There's quite a few horses that And obviously, just before I came out here, I rode a horse called Van Dijk,
Yes.
which is probably top class. He's probably one of the best 2-year-olds at the moment that is in Europe. So I've been lucky to ride some nice horses.
So from when we go look at your career, actually I can say it's quite smooth, and you have a lot of people helping you along. You got support from big owners and big trainers. So if you have a chance to name 3 people to say thank you, who are they?
It's hard to name only 3 people. There could be 3,000 people I could mention. But me having the support maybe of Sheikh Mohammed Obeid is a big help for me, because I was with him for 9 years, and I rode a lot of good horses, and I always said I rode for Roger Vera for a long time, and we've had some big winners together. Luca Comani, he was another one, Marco Botti. But I was lucky. I literally rode for a lot. Literally every big trainer, every big owner in England, and like you said earlier as well, I had a Qatar racing job as well, which was a big job at the time.
Yes.
I was only 23, so no, I've been lucky to ride for literally a lot of people, and it's very difficult to thank anyone in particular, because, like I said, I've been very lucky, and I'm only 32, so hopefully I've got a few more years in my tank.
So actually, I would say you set a role model for the youngsters, because you have a lot of travel experience. You set yourself to just like do your best wherever you are.
Yeah.
And do you have any advices for the youngsters who would like to get into the racing industry?
Yeah, well, I think you need to understand this is a professional. It's a professional sport. It's a very dangerous sport, and you've got to be prepared to be in this industry. Like, there's a lot of bad days.
Yes.
There's more bad days than good days, as you lose more than you win. So you've got to prepare for that. Mentally, you've got to be very strong, and physically too. But I think you just go with your gut feeling and always try your best. And one thing I always said, as long as you straightforward to people and you do your best, there's not much more you can do. Sometimes we all make mistakes, which can happen.
Yes.
But as long as you try your best, and you like loyal to people. I think loyalty is very important. I'm sure there's a long way ahead for everybody. It's never a smooth run. There's the ups and downs, but I think that's just life in general.
As a professional sportsman, how can you overcome the lows?
I think
we read some news about England that some jockeys just like had depression or something like that.
It's everybody's different. Everybody approaches lower time in different manners. I'm quite lucky because I'm quite strong-minded, and I'm quite a laid-back person. So I don't really let it get to me too much.
Yes.
No, I don't. Obviously, I know when I made a mistake, and I do get upset.
Yep.
But as long as you learn from it.
Yes.
You can't go back in time. Like if you made a mistake or something's gone wrong, you can only apologize to the trainer or the owner or whatever, anything, and then you can just move forward. Because unfortunately, this game, it doesn't last very long.
Yes.
And it's a very short window. So it got to keep looking forward. And but everybody's different.
Yes.
Yeah.
Last but not least, how do you see yourself in 3 years?
God, I love to be. I love to still be here.
Yes.
And I love to be one of the leading riders, leading jockeys here. Or
maybe the champion, just like leading.
Well, listen, it'll be nice to listen. Who doesn't want to be a champion jockey anywhere in the world, not just in Hong Kong? But I love to be able to do well enough and to be riding the top level here, and to be riding good horses here too. And like I said, for me, riding good horses is nothing new to me. Like I've been lucky to ride good horses all my career. Yes. So it'd be nice to land on a good horse here too. And I'm pretty sure if I can get a good horse on my side, I can get the job done.
If you can choose to win a good one or to win the championship, what's your pick?
Probably a good one.
Okay.
Yeah, championship is good. Don't get me wrong, but I think to win a Group 1, win at a Group 1 level, it's probably above being a champion jockey.
Thank you, Andreas.
Yeah,
hopefully I can see you winning Group 1 in Hong Kong very soon.
That'd be great. Thank you very much, Ian. Thank you.